Okay, so this is the sheriff guy that was there. I don't know his name. It never says his name. At least I don't think so.
His name.
It might say his name very soon. The moderator might say it.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a sheriff there who doesn't support the NRA, which I think is fine. I mean, I don't know if I would support the NRA because it's a lobbying group.
Mm-hmm.
But the sheriff's there, and what he says, oh my gosh, it's the most cowardly answer.
What the sheriff says?
Yeah, what the sheriff says. You'll listen.
Okay.
I might be part of the problem or something, but I think what he says is one of the most cowardly things I've heard.
Well, let's hear it.
Check for a second, though, and I understand you're standing up for the NRA, and I understand that's what you're supposed to do. But you just told this group of people that you are standing up for them. You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons.
I think that's a coward response. Let me tell you why.
Okay, yeah, because I need some explanation here.
He says, you say that you're here with the NRA, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's definitely there just representing the NRA. She doesn't have much concern for what happens as long as it doesn't affect the NRA.
Mm-hmm.
Anything could happen, but if it doesn't affect the NRA, she doesn't care. Her sole point and her sole reason for being there is to represent the NRA
and protect it.
Which I think is fine. What he said there is fine. But then he goes on to say, you aren't... You know what? Let's play this again.
You're supposed to do. But you just told this group of people that you are standing up for them. You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons.
You're not standing up for them unless you say, I want less weapons.
Oh, okay.
That is the most cowardly response, especially with CNN, where every single person around you thinks like that and thinks that, unless you have less weapons in the U.S., it's gonna be safe. It won't be safer. It's like that is such a response. He just wants everyone to be like, yeah, Sheriff Daniel, we all love you. It's like, oh my goodness.
It's sort of like redirecting, I guess redirecting the blame essentially, where it's like it's not anybody else's fault but yours.
No, we're talking about how Dana's ad kind of makes it out to seem like anyone who disagrees with that side of you is against them. It's exactly what the Sheriff Dan guy is doing. It's not his name. Daniel's not his name, but I'm just going to call him Sheriff Dan because I like that name. But anyway, that's exactly what he's doing. And it's again, come on, dude. That's like, because like, it's such a coward response to say that. It's like, I mean, you don't protect these kids unless you agree with exactly how I think. And unless you do that, wait, actually, I think he says, like, and unless you say that, me and Emma are calling BS or something, I think. Wait, this way. I think some kid just was like, go Billy, but he's just standing in the crowd like, yeah, Billy! Yeah, he's my hero, guys.
Wait, Billy?
I don't know. I think he said Billy. I can't tell.
His first name's Dan, middle name Billy, last name Sheriff.
These people want three things. And I come here tonight with 39 years in law enforcement. I've Baker-acted people. I've taken weapons from people. The men and women I've worked with for almost 40 years. We know how to keep America safe. Number one, you're right, we have to take weapons out of the hands of people that suffer from mental illness. We have to expand the Baker Act. We have to be able, when police encounter someone, Emma, when police encounter someone who is going through a mental illness, we don't only have to wait, or we shouldn't have to wait until they are a danger to themselves or someone else.
I just want to point out what is considered not waiting. Just going up to them and being like, are you mentally insane? And then if he doesn't respond or does respond or whatever, just be like, hi, I'm taking your guns. Does he realize that you have to go through court? Doesn't he realize that in this country we have rights?
There's process to everything.
Yeah, you can't just be like, hey, you seem not fit to own a gun. This guy doesn't seem fit enough to put his pants on. Like, seriously. Come on, dude.
That insult. You're like, I get what you mean. And it's unfortunate.
Dan.
he's claiming something. He's claiming a reality that we can't have.
He's saying all this crap because he's in the room full of 3,000 CNN advocates.
He's in the moment. He hasn't really thinking about, you know, what it really means, you know.
That's why it's a coward response. If he put any kind of thought into what he's saying, he might have a different, maybe even sound a little bit intelligent.
I think it's less of a coward response and more of a somewhat ignorant. You know what I mean? Like he was unaware of.
It's a bitch response, is what it is.
Sheriff Dan.
Sheriff Dan, come on, dude.
Step up your game. But like for him to ask,
I feel like
for
if he was here, he'd just own me right now. Freaking owned.
He's like, that's it, no guns.
Sucks. He also is like, yeah, I've Baker acted people, and I've taken people's guns away, and I've done all this crap. I've seen the stuff you don't wish to see. Pulls out the whole like, you need me on that wall speech, and you know what I mean. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
I hate you for not seeing that movie.
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
I'm not telling you now. Anyway, so you have to figure it out. Anyway, but he just pulls that out of his ass, and he's like, "I've done all this," as if that qualifies him as if that qualifies him any more than it qualifies anybody else.
This is my special training.
Yeah, you don't like how. You know what I mean? I don't know. He hasn't seen the larger effect on the country.
He doesn't have all the facts.
He doesn't.
Because
he says, I've taken guns from people. Well, how do we know if they would they have shot up a school? Has that stopped anything?
It's circumstance.
You doing that certainly didn't stop the Parkland kid. You're not the one who took the gun from the Parkland kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
dang, that's actually, if you were to say that, you know, like, I've taken guns from people, and then your response is, well, you didn't take the gun from him. Oh, dang.
I mean, obviously, you won't be able to monitor everyone. I think that's one of the biggest problems with this, because he was in their system. He was in the FBI, and all these people blame the FBI. It's not the FBI's fault. It's just kind of like, you look at them like, why the heck didn't you do anything? If they were in your system and that's what you are paid to do, and you didn't do anything, obviously it's not directly it's not directly their fault. And all these people pull that out of their butt too. Is just saying, how dare you say it's the FBI's fault? The only person's fault it is the person who actually did it, who shot up the school. And it's like, I never said it wasn't their fault. I'm just saying we have a system in place to prevent that. Obviously, there are flaws in that system that we need to fix. To just shoot me down by saying that whatever I'm saying is wrong because I don't believe it's 100% his fault, what's the point of even talking to you then? If you won't even listen to what I'm saying because you already had this image in your head of what I'm already thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the system isn't perfect, and it probably is never going to be perfect.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't monitor 300 million people.
Exactly, and not to mention, if we were to sort of like set this sort of plan in place, whether it be, you know, restricting, you know, and having everyone be monitored, like cameras in homes, microphones.
That goes against rights.
Exactly. Not only
also,
that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. You want to keep going?
I was just going to finish off by saying where everyone's different opinions, you know, we can't exactly come to a conclusion that everyone would be happy with.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's how our country works. We elect people who we like, and then they make decisions, and that's going to go against the other party for sure.